ibang araw. Ang pag-aaralan naman natin ngayon ay yung tinatawag na research hypothesis. But again, what is hypothesis? A hypothesis is a statement that introduces a research question and proposes an expected result. Hypothesis in a simpler meaning is an educated guess. Nandiyan na yung problema. Andyan na yung posibleng solusyon sa problema. Ang tanong, ano yung pwedeng mangyari? That's why you are guessing. But your guess must be educated. Ibig sabihin, may pinanggalingan, pinag-aralan. Hindi ka basta-basta magsasabi lang ng kung ano out of nowhere. Ngayon, saan ginagamit karaniwan ang hypothesis? Karaniwan ginagamit siya sa dalawang bagay. Una is when you are comparing two objects, that is comparative research, which includes the causal comparative research design and the experimental research design. The second one is if you are testing relationships between two or more things. You are testing whether this relationship are significant enough to establish such interaction between these variables. Ano bang importansya ng hypothesis? Mahalaga ang hypothesis. Bakit? Kasi sinisigurado niya na lahat ng ginagawa mo sa research mo ay tama. Na lahat ng ginagawa mo sa research mo ay align. At the same time, tinitingnan nito yung probability na yung research na ginagawa mo ay magsasucess o magfa-fail. Sa madaling salita, ang hypothesis mo yung guide para masagot mo yung tamang tanong at makapagbigay ka ng tamang sagot. Ngayon, paano ba natin ginagawa ang research hypothesis? The first one is to select a topic, which is we already done. The second one is to read existing research on the topic. Mahirap gumawa ng hypothesis kung yung hypothesis na gagawin mo ay nasagot na ng mga previous researches. Again, research is evolutionary. Dapat yung sasagutin mo ngayon ay hindi pa nasasagot ng mga previous researches. Meaning to say, the hypothesis itself must be genuine, must be novel, bago, at magagawa mo lang yon, masisigurado mo lang yon kung ikaw ay magbabasa ng mga existing research topic. The third one, analyze the information. Nakapagbasa ka na. And the next thing for that is for you to comprehend and to analyze the information that you gathered. Para nang sa ganun, makagawa ka ng hypothesis na akma dun sa research na ginagawa mo and different from the previous researches. The next one, produce queries. Katulad yun ang sinabi ko kanina, hypothesis guides your research question. Ibig sabihin, in order for you to come up with a right hypothesis, you have to come up with the right question. That's why you have to produce queries. You have to produce question in order for you to produce the hypothesis. And from that, dahil nagawa mo na yung question, that is the moment that you are going to formulate your hypothesis. So mamaya bibigyan ko kayo ng halimbawa on how you're going to formulate your hypothesis. Sometimes there is a need for you to refine your hypothesis. Refining in such a way that you have to align your hypothesis based on your research design. If your research design is comparative, therefore your hypothesis must be comparative. If your research design is relationship-based, therefore your hypothesis must be relationship-based. And you have to refine that. You have to remove irrelevant information or variables which is useless to your current study. And the last one, every research must present the hypothesis in its null form. There are two kinds of hypothesis, the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. But for the sake of research, we are going to present the null hypothesis. Just to give clarification, null hypothesis is a statement saying that there is no significant difference or there is no significant relationship between variables. And its counterpart, the alternative hypothesis, which serve as the complement of null hypothesis. And as for the example, here we have the research question. Why is the percentage of obese women more than that of men? Bakit nga ba mas marami ang matatabang babae kaysa sa mga matatabang lalaki? Hypothesis. We came up with two. Most women find it hard to exercise. Pwede. The second one, men exercises more than women. Pwede. Then from this hypothesis, you can come up with your own null hypothesis depending on the research design you are focusing on. For example, relationship-based. There is no relationship between sex and obesity. Kitang-kita naman natin na sa hypothesis niya, most women find it hard to exercise. So, does it mean that the gender or the sex affects your tendency to have an exercise? That question will serve as your hypothesis. And at this point, we are saying that there is no relationship between sex and obesity. The next one is comparative. There is no difference between men and women in the prevalence of obesity. Kung titingnan nyo mabuti yung hypothesis natin kanina, men exercises more than women. Ibig sabihin ba nun, may pinagkaiba ang gender in terms of exercise activity na kung saan it will eventually result to obesity? Ganyan ang hypothesis. By simply asking the right question, you can come up with the right hypothesis. Always remember that your hypothesis should be simple, specific, and stated in advance. Always remember na ang mga hypothesis ay ginagawa before ka magsimula ng research mo in order for you not to be biased. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig, sa pagsuporta at pagsubaybay ng lesson na ito. Sa muli nating pagkikita, maraming salamat. Paalam.